Well, here we are, everybody. We are starting off with we're going to do some music today, and we're going to be doing some of the more military era stuff. So today we're going to start off with Jin's Running Wild live track. And as for reference as well, like I said, I'm going to start including some quotes from the book. I have it here. And we are going to read this quote from Namjoon. It says, rather than that, it was more of a feeling like, oh, I can breathe. This was because we had gotten a number one. He laughs. And even at music awards and things like that, how should I put it? It felt like we had finally been invited. Before that, when we went to those kinds of places, it felt lonely. We had been invited, but it didn't feel like that in reality. This was because our crew were way over there, and the seven of us were seated together, and I thought, there's really no one on our side. Of course, things are probably going to be pretty different with that moving forward. Anyway, that's the quote today from Beyond the Story, and now we're going to move on to a live version of this song. Let's check it out.
There's a way that we can fly again. Remember how we used to love back then, living like we had no end. Let's stay out the night, out at night until we see the sun. Remember how we used to love, oh go. We can miss the last train home. Don't you let our love go cold. When we stand still, we can light it up once more. I take you there, we'll be running wild, lover to the sunny sound, running till there's nothing left, till our last breath. We'll be running wild, loving like it's meant for us, running till there's nothing left, till our last breath. Don't forget about the time to share, all the places that we used to go, living like we rule the world. Don't you let our love go cold. When we're standing still, we can light it up once more. I take you there, we'll be running wild, lover till the sun is set, running till there's nothing left, till our last breath. We'll be running wild, loving like you're made for us, running till there's nothing left, till our last breath. We'll be running wild. 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 We'll be running wild.
Woo. That's so cool. I'm going to be completely honest here. I own both of these now, but there's Echo and there's Happy. I think I prefer Happy over Echo. I think I do. I thought that album was a lot more solid in a lot more ways. Probably my favorite song off of the newest one is actually the one he does with Yenna. I actually ended up really liking that song. But to me, I think what I really personally liked about this song, or about this album, and this song specifically, is I really enjoyed the energy that he brings to this song. It's something that I feel like that was almost like transferred to Jin from Coldplay. Because I'm gonna be honest. I also felt like that a lot of the music took cues and inspiration from Coldplay, and there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody has an inspiration, and everybody has an idea of what they want to do and what kind of music inspires them and how they want to apply it. If you don't think everybody does that, everybody does that. But I just really feel like that the capturing of the energy here with the theme of the song is beautiful. It is so well done. I think this is one of those things where simplicity is key, and honestly, that's where Jin's strength just kind of generally is when it comes to his music and his writing. He's always been more of a simplistic person for me, and I think that's the big thing. And the truth of the matter is that I think a lot of that energy comes from the fact that it's real instruments, real people, really playing. And I mean, even from the very beginning, you can see everybody is jazzed up immediately.
Then we can fly again.
There we go.
There's a way that we can fly again. Remember how we used to love back then, living like we had no end. Let's stay out the night, out at night until we see the sun.
The thing that I find so crazy about this too is that for me personally, especially Running Wild, I think of the fact that this song, this was his first album, and I am impressed with the direction that he went. Mainly because I understand that maybe it was, I don't know if it was what people were expecting, but I think it's what fits. And I think, and I said this actually in the comments, which I'm still trying to catch up to. My life has been crazy. Anyway, when it comes to Jin, and you can say what you will, that's totally fine. I understand. To me, since Military Era, he has been one that I feel like has actually grown the most since pre-Military Era. His music, his vocals, and the way that he conducts himself as a musician, I think is just way ahead from where he used to be. Now, that doesn't mean that he didn't have some good spots. Obviously, we know about the high notes and some of those things that he really did crush. But now he feels more like a complete singer to me. And I think that that's what was really cool about listening to the album Happy in general, is that it really felt like we were getting that version of Jin. It was the unveiling of it. It was the return, and well done. Well done indeed. This whole song to me is actually just really cool. It's one of the most catchiest songs, and honestly, this album probably could be in contention for album of the year for when it came out. I really do think that it's a solid album. It's solid music, and I love the fact that he wore his inspiration on his sleeves. I think that more people should be more upfront about that. That's me. Anyway, let me know what y'all think. We'll discuss this down in the comments below. Thank you, and bye, Victus.